What's up? What's up? It's your favorite podcast, Blonde Girl Black Life, with your host, your girl, none other than Margarita. Tonight's show the episode is called Difficult. Hear me out. And also, tonight's episode is going to be live. It's live. It's not going to. It's live. Right now, we're live. And so, with that being said, I'm pretty sure there's going to be a lot of bloopers and mess ups. So, just, hang in there with me. I want to talk about domestic terrorism. And I'm pretty sure, I hope that we are all in agreement that between the military, the police, and other government agencies, and white supremacy, and all that is domestic terrorism. If you don't know the actual definition of domestic terrorism, look it up. The meaning of domestic terrorism, or homegrown, get that, homegrown terrorism, is a form of terrorism in which victims within a country are targeted by a perpetrator with the same citizenship as the victim. So, therefore, when the cops are killing us, and military's killing us, and military killing us too, guys. And the FBI is going astray, and all this shit's happening. It's called domestic terrorism, and it's really difficult to hear because I feel that on this point, on this level of racism across our country, people state it as a hate crime, but it's terrorism, guys. And we gotta face the facts. We gotta face the facts that things aren't right, and it's, I keep saying in all my podcasts, it's time to come out. It's time to like make your move. If you have it in you to get out and do your thing, I'm doing mine. We have a rally set up for November 6th here in Roanoke, Virginia, at Washington Park at 3 p.m. Come out. It might be cold. Just bundle up. Because I'm doing my thing. That's all I can say. I'm not sitting down and gonna keep watching the news or listening to the stories about how our children, our fathers, our mothers, our sisters, our brothers are being freaking killed for no reason. How can you? How can you sit around? I mean, I'll be honest with you. I got no respect. Do something. Do something. If you're capable, therefore, if you are capable, do something. Okay? Let's just state some facts here. We have, I'm going to try not to drag this out, but it's hard not to because there's so many people. And the one that hit me most was Trayvon Benjamin Martin. Trayvon was born on February 5th, 1995. An African American. Like I said, I like to just call him black, brown, or whatever, because putting American or America behind it disgusts me. So, was a black kid, brown kid, high school student who lived in Miami Gardens, Florida, with his mother. In February of 2012, Martin was visiting his father, Tracy Martin, in Sanford, Florida. And after receiving a suspension from school, he was home, and, that's neither here nor there. The fact that this child was walking and, my God, a can of juice or a bottle of juice and a pack of Skittles. He thought that was a fucking gun. Okay. Get fucking real, Zimmerman. Somebody's gonna get you one day. Oh, I'm not telling anybody to do anything wrong here. I'm telling people to help with the problem. Help with the problem, or else nothing is ever going to change. So, with that said, yeah, Zimmerman is part of the problem. That's where it got me, and then, my children, the things I was going through with my daughter and everything. So here's where I'm at. And, listen, it's not like people are just irrationally getting upset. There are causes to the sentiment that police are not good. Police erode the trust in the institution. They can't act like the institution didn't have anything to do with this. This type of stuff happens every day. Every day. Let me tell you, it's sickening. It's Dante Wright, 20 years old. 20 years old. Driving with his girlfriend in Minneapolis, Minnesota. Was stopped by an officer for a traffic violation. Okay? The police tried to detain him, and one thing led to another. Porter mistook her gun. Get fucking real. You do not mistake your gun for a taser. And if you don't know anything about police attire, their uniform, their gun belt, their gun is specifically on the left side, and their taser is on the right side. So when you go to reach for your gun or whatever, it don't matter whether you freaking left-handed or right-handed, your gun is on the side where it's supposed to be. You know which hands you draw them for. Not only that, the fact that the taser is placed backwards. So when this bitch, piece of shit, drew her gun and thought that it was her taser, what happened there? What police action was taken? Police Chief Tim Cannon and Officer Kim Porter both resigned. Porter has been charged with second-degree manslaughter. Fuck out of here. And then we got Andre Hill. It's just terrible. It really is. Okay, Columbus, Ohio. The year was 2020. Emerging from his garage, holding a cell phone in his left hand, he was mistakenly shot. I thought it was a gun. Officer Adam Coy shot Andre Hill and handcuffed him. He laid on the ground for 5 minutes and 11 seconds till he died. Columbus, Ohio. Police officer Adam Coy was fired hours after a hearing was held to determine his employment. Criminal investigation is still pending. But, was Adam Coy white? I'm not sure. Because, yeah, let's think about that. There's totally difference when a black officer kills someone, or a Hispanic officer, or whatever, an officer in a brown color kills someone. It's a whole nother outcome. They're fired on the spot. Yeah, they're gone. They're gone. This stuff happens every day. So how does the Department of Homeland Security, the FBI, the Federal Bureau of Investigation fit into this? Because in actuality, there's some wrongdoings going on all over the United States with active duty military personnel and reservists having participated in growing numbers of domestic terrorist plots and attacks. According to the news data from CSIC, the percentage of all the domestic terrorism incidents linked to active duty and reserve personnel rose from 2020 to 6.4% up from 1.5% from 2019, and none in 2018. So now the military is doing bullshit and reserves are doing bullshit. They're getting in on it. I mean, why not? Why not? If police are getting away with it, and police ain't shit to them, so why can't they do it too? Yeah. Come on, y'all. Wake up. Wake up. Wake up. It's domestic terrorism, and this is difficult to hear, but I want you to hear me, that it's all real. It's all real. Don't think because it didn't happen to you, it can't. Because it can. But we don't want that. We want to stop this. We want to work this problem out. It may not happen in my lifetime. I mean, maybe it will. Maybe it will. I would hope so. I would really hope so, but I doubt it. But in the meantime, I'm still here, and I'm going to do what I got to do. We have Emmanuel Ellis. He was 33 in 2020, Tacoma, Washington. Walking home from a convenience store. Officer slammed on his patrol lights, knocked him down, swinging his door open. Tacoma Police Department Officer Christopher Burbanks, and Matthew Collins tackled and struck Ellis multiple times. This is just disgusting. Multiple times. They killed this man with their bare hands. With their bare hands, guys. It wasn't a gun. They bludgeoned him to death. Yep. So, to say the least, to comprehend why our nation is incompliant on the... No. Okay, let me say. It is incumbent upon us to save our lives. Therefore, what we have to do. This is fucking absurd. We have to get every African, Latino, Islander, Indigenous, brown skinned person. People need to come out and register for illegal firearms. Because you know what? I'm sorry. Almost every white home in America has it. Has a firearm. Get it legally. Do what you gotta do. That's the only way the law is going to change. Let me tell you something. Do you realize that the United States has never had international war on our soil? First and foremost, because our military is amazing for the ones who are out there doing their thing and protecting our country. I wouldn't fucking do it. But, with that being said, thank you. Thank you for your service, for veterans, soldiers alike, the ones who are doing the right thing. Thank you. But secondly, in almost every home in America is locked and loaded. So, not only do the military have, and I'm getting there somewhere with this, the military is the most compared to any other country. The civilians are too. Nobody is going to come on American soil and fight war against us, because they have to get through the military and they have to get the fuck through the civilians, because they all have guns too. So you want to know what? Get yours, because this war is on American soil. The war is against brown people. And I'm not being racist. I'm just stating the fucking facts. And the fact is, prepare yourself. Prepare yourself. You never have you never wondered before why we're still being killed? Shit. If I'm dead because I'm walking home, or from my car to my home, my apartment, and, because you said I had a gun, but it was actually my fucking car keys, then what the fuck? I'm dead. I'm dead because somebody said, oh, she had a gun. Why were you watching me anyway? More specifically, why are you watching me? I'm coming into a parking lot for an apartment complex that has security. Okay? So, if I were to be shot, which could happen, but I'm going to tell you this much. My car keys are not going to be mistaken for a gun. If I'm dead because you were faster draw. That's all that's going to be. Yeah. Because if I know that some fuckery is going to happen, which each and every person, all these people knew that their lives were getting ready to end. I'm dead because you drew your gun faster. But hey, you know what? Hopefully we're the same amount of fucking time, because I'm taking you down with me. We're both fucking dead. I don't give a fuck. I'm going to have to go to prison. I'll go straight to heaven while your ass goes to hell. And so then, we have Rayshard Brooks, 27. Atlanta, Georgia, 2020. What was he doing? He fell asleep in his car, blocking the drive-thru lane at a fast food restaurant. Pretty sure he's probably coming home. I don't know. I'm not going to speculate on that. It's not up to me to speculate. But the fact that he was killed for falling asleep in a drive-thru, he was shot twice in the back, according to the autopsy. Yeah. I think that they mistook that Biggie-sized fry for a gun. I don't know. I'm not trying to make a joke out of it, but you gotta wonder. What the fuck did they mistake for a gun? I'd like to freaking know. Daniel Prude, 41, in Rochester, New York. What was he doing? He had run into the streets naked while experiencing a mental health breakdown. Okay, if I see somebody running in the streets naked, and I'm a police officer, or I'm just freaking me, I'm gonna know there's something wrong. There's something wrong with this person, okay? Something's going to, he's having some type of either drug overdose or illusion or whatever. But in this case, it's mental. Most times, it's a mental health disorder that gets people killed as well. But being the fact that he was running naked, what the hell did they think his gun was? They were trying to kill him. An autopsy found that he died of complications of asphyxiation, due to the restraints, as well as the acute intoxication of the medication that was messed him up. They killed him. They and again, choked him to death. The officers involved were suspended September 4th, 2020. Yeah. Still being investigated. Here's one we're all up to date with. George Floyd, 46 years old. Allegedly tried to use a counterfeit $20 bill in Minneapolis, Minnesota. And not why I can't say Minneapolis right. I just don't know, but I keep saying it wrong. But Minneapolis, Minnesota allegedly tried to use a counterfeit $20 bill. George Floyd was handcuffed on the ground as Officer Derek how do you say his name? Chauvin knelt on his fucking neck for 9 minutes and 29 seconds as Floyd pleaded for the officer repeatedly. He couldn't breathe. He could not breathe. We all saw this. And we all saw Eric Green selling Lucy's. It's just, you keep letting it happen. You keep letting it happen. Listen, it's been over 5 years since the white supremacists murdered 9 worshipers at the historic Emmanuel Methodist Episcopal Church in Charleston, South Carolina. The massacre that shook the nation and prompted a racial dialogue in the city. Ethel Lee Lance, 70 years old, was at Emmanuel AME for a Wednesday night Bible study on June 17, 2015. When a white stranger showed up, her daughter, Reverend Sharon Reicher, recounts. They welcomed him in. Reicher says, these are her words, he sat there and listened to the whole Bible study, and when they were in a circle holding hands in prayer, where he took out his Glock 45 and commenced to shooting and killing them like they were animals. He fired 70 rounds. Reicher's mother, her 2 cousins, and a childhood friend were among the 9 people killed. Included in those deaths was Clementa P. Pickney, she was 41 years old. Cynthia Graham Hurd, she was 54. Susie Jackson, 87. DePayne Montrace, 87. This is just disgusting. Twanza Saunders, Daniel Lee Simmons Sr., Sharon Coleman, and Myra Singleton. That, my friends, is an act of domestic terrorism, if never before you thought so. So with that being said, where in the hell is Homeland Security? What is Homeland Security doing? I want to fucking know. Because you want to know what? As far as I know, the United States government, they consider this act domestic terrorism. So why are things still happening, people? We have Homeland Security. Homeland Security. Why aren't they solving this problem? They're not. That's why we got to do it ourselves. We have to do it ourselves. Breonna Taylor, 26 years old. My God, she was asleep at home. She was asleep at home in her apartment. Yeah. God. You know, the Taylor family, they got a settlement of a wrongful death. I'm not going to mention the numbers. I just think that would be inappropriate. But no amount of money is going to bring Breonna Taylor back. That was in Louisville, Kentucky. 2020. Well, you know, we all remember the terrifying trauma that shook Charlottesville and the whole country just 2 years ago. But did you know that event does not appear in the 2017 FBI hate crimes statistic report? Nope. Sure doesn't. If you don't know what I'm talking about, you know, the Tiki Torch people, okay? None of the violence which took place on TV, on television, before a horrified nation ever made it as a statistic onto our national record of hate crimes. Fuck the hate crime. That was terrorism. That was domestic terrorism. That was domestic terrorism again, just like the church. Just like everything else. You know? The horrifying murder of Heather Heyer, which galvanized the country against violent white supremacists, you know, nor the 30 other assaults, at least committed by the neo-Nazis and Klansmen who converged that day in Charlottesville. So why not? I'm baffled. So why not? Charlottesville only reported one hate crime in 2017, and that occurred 4 months after these events. So why did the Festival of Racial Terror and Hate Crime not make it into the FBI hate crime statistics report? That is one of the questions that we seek. We seek the answer to this today. You know, somebody tell me. It's a serious threat to American civil liberty, domestic tranquility, and the general white fair, pardon the pun, the general welfare of us brown people in this nation. You know, it's just cowardly and just sickening. What the FBI and the Department of Homeland Security are doing are doing and should be doing to address it. And the nature of the terrorism, understanding the problem. They want to understand the problem. Understand the problems the government has in collecting the relevant data and analyzing. How hard is it to tell? I mean, I could be fucking blind. You know? If you say it's white, it's black. If you say it's black, it's white. It's black and white. Black, white, brown, and indifferent. The whole thing is, there's nothing to analyze. Analyze the fact that we're being killed off. Over 400 years, people, nothing's changed. Sure, we get a little more privilege. What's our privilege? Driving? Because voting, our voting privileges, that's always at risk, isn't it? But we're Americans. And even the driving privilege, so most of us don't have. It has been taken away from us for various reasons. I just don't know. I just don't know. I don't want to mess this name up, but Atiana Jefferson, 28 years old, in Fort Worth, Texas, you guys, 2019, at home again. A police officer shot her and killed her through the window of her home in the presence of her 8-year-old nephew. The police were responding to a call from a neighbor who reported that that the Jeffersons' front door had been left open. Damn. Don't leave your door open. If you're carrying groceries, make sure you close that door every time you bring a bag in the house. Your neighbors might call on you. Your neighbors might call on you, guys. And I'm not making a joke out of that. I mean, oh my goodness, how about the Beckys and the Karens? They make phone calls all the time, you know? Their whole thing is trying to get. I kind of don't. They're privileged. They're white privileged. They say, okay, I'm not racist, but why would you be in a bird? You know, this is going into Central Park. Why would you be in a bird cage thing? You know, for sightseeing of birds and things like that, where it specifically states no dogs allowed. Why are you in there with your fucking dog and then acting a fool saying to black man? You know, it's just, come on. And how about that skank who tackled that boy in the hotel lobby stating he stole her phone? He stole her phone. Is she the only bitch in the world with an iPhone? Fucking real. Out of here. You know, I said I was going to keep this short and sweet. And I am, because, you know, I can just keep telling you. You know, you've heard all this before. You have. I mean, there's nothing here that you've not heard. Absolutely nothing. And so you wonder why I'm here every Saturday night telling you guys to get out and do your part. If you're capable, get out and do your part. you know, threatening my life for some Skittles and a drink, for a bad warrant, because my door was left open, just because I was running, just because I was there. Let's stop this, guys. Let's stop this. Let's stop it. I just don't even know where to go from here. And so, with that being said, I just guess, you know, our fathers, brothers, husbands, brother-in-laws, cousins, mothers, sisters, aunts, grandmas, just gonna keep getting plucked off one by one. You know, today white women have more direct access to all kinds of power because of the feminist movement. Their inability, you know, the white women, their inability to recognize how they use that power to silence and harm black people is an ongoing social illness. I'm getting, you know, I kind of say I'm going, this is like talking to my friends, you know, hey girl, what's up, I ain't going to hold you, but yeah, you know, listen what happened. Okay, we're done talking, but wait a minute. Okay, so this is what I'm doing right now, you know, because I had to go back to the Karens, you know, the white women, their power is, they use their power to silence and harm black people is an ongoing illness. White women maintain the posture that they, as individuals, are not guilty of racism. Yet, though the white women who called police on black individuals are not actors of the law, their actions buttress lawful attempts to surveil and control black bodies. You get that? These white women, these Karens, and these barbecue Beckys, they're trying and they are succeeding with their white privilege to control black bodies. Performed innocence implies guiltiness from past sins of slavery and refuse to acknowledge individual actions in a perpetuating racist system and stereotype. Fucking, you know, I just don't understand it. White ignorance of racism is effortful. Effortful? It implies unwillingness to acknowledge abundant evidence of racism. The U.S. mediascape surrounding race and procedures of negative, little personal responsibility. We witness effortless ignorance with the emergencies of each new Becky or Karen. Their calls to the police use explicit racial stereotyping to threaten black lives while claiming that their own race does not matter. It's that supremacy, y'all. It's that supremacy. In the past, black bodies were controlled in public spaces by threats of violence, lynchings, you know, targeting racialized terror that dictated who black people could speak to, where they were allowed to live, and in which spaces they were allowed to enter and exit. You know, the routine act of calling the police on black people in public spaces extends this historical practice of regulating black bodies to maintain white supremacist order. You know, I'm sickened. I am. And you know what? I'm tired. So the only thing I can do is keep, stating some facts, stating some names, but we all heard this before. We all know this. You're not stupid. Are you? I talked to a friend the other day. I was passing out flyers for my rally on November 6th at Washington Park here in Roanoke, Virginia at 3 p.m. I was passing out flyers, and it was so funny. The man, he said, this is freaking great. He was like, he said, I sit here and I know I gotta do something. I keep saying I gotta do something. You know what? I felt like it was fucking scripted. I mean, I really did. I mean, not that he wasn't genuine about it, but I say it in all of my episodes. If you see it on TV and it's sickening you and you're thinking something's got to be done, what can I do? Well, you know what? Hit me up. Bronze Girl, Black Life, y'all, Right now, I mean, honestly, being that this is live, we're actually able to chat. And if anybody feels lonely here, be the first to send a message, because he said what I did. What can he do? I started a podcast, and we all know where this came from. It all came from, me changing my career from a surgical technologist for 20 years and then going into juvenile probation and parole, going to law school, whatever. And, the tragic accident that happened to me and my family stopped me from doing what I was meant to do. So in my heart and in my passion of our people, I could no longer still sit still, but I'm not ready to be out there amongst our youth and let our youth know their worth and help them out with mentoring and things that they need to do and get to them before the system does. So I started this podcast. And I said I'll stay behind the scenes. Let people, contact me, and I'll find them the help that they can have. Okay, you know what? I couldn't do it, guys. I couldn't just do that. I gotta do more. We gotta do more. So I'm having my first rally. Yeah, you know what? If 5 people turn out, then that's 5 people. 5 people who I can get to. 5 people who will go home and talk to their families, good or bad, about it. And their family members will go and talk to their friends, good or bad, about it. And do you know how far that 5 people will turn into? How far it'll go? I mean, it's just like telling, don't shop there, They don't, They don't like us. As soon as you spread a bad word about a store or something, and the word gets out, the buzz gets out, you only got to say it to a couple people, and then everybody, just... So, here I am. My podcast, Bronze Girl Black Life, is because I consider, my color. I kind of think I'm on the dark side, but people say I'm not. So I'll consider it bronze, if you will. And so, Bronze Girl Black Life, because though my color is brown, a shade of brown, no matter what ethnicity I am in America, to these Europeans who believe that this is their land, I'm black. And you know what? I'm fucking proud, absolutely proud to be it. And I will see that my work will be done. And so, like I said, if 5 people show up, I'm jumping in feet first. I'm making another step. Make that step with me. Show up and show out. November 6th, Roanoke, Virginia, Washington Park, 3 p.m. from 3 to 5. It's just a couple hours. It might be chilly. Just bundle up. It'll be well worth it. It'll be well worth coming out. Because you could say, even if that's your one thing you did, that you came out to a rally, you did it. You did it. And I'm sure the passion inside of me will. If it doesn't hit your spirit, then I don't know what the fuck will. Okay? You know what? Good night, everybody. It has been a pleasure once again being here with y'all. This is Bronze Girl Black Life with your girl, your host, none other from your favorite podcast, Margarita. Hit me up if you need to. My Gmail is bronzegirl1210@gmail.com. I am ready and willing. If you need to participate, if you want to participate, hit me up. Peace, y'all. Love you. Be safe. Stay alive.